إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم والشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار أما بعد أيها الناس. Right now we're in the summertime when the youth, they are free from school and other activities. And it's one of the greatest opportunities for them and for the families to benefit from their free time and the long days. And we know time and health are two of the greatest blessings people they waste. Ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma narrates, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ رواه البخاري. Two blessings most of mankind they waste: good health and free time. And for our youth, when they finish school, for 2 months they are free of time, an opportunity for them to benefit, but in sad reality often get harmed. And this is something, brothers and sisters, we must pay attention to. For if somebody is free and doesn't have any activities, it's more likely that they do that which is evil. As has been said, إِنَّ الْقَلْبَ الْفَارِغَ, that the empty heart, يَبْحَثُ عَنِ السُّوءِ, it searches for that which is evil. And in the summertime, our youth are outside, some of them inside, on their phones, on the computers, all day, all night. It doesn't take much for them to get in trouble. It could be one occurrence, one meetup, one conversation, they can fall off the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And it's also a universal principle, brothers and sisters, we take with us. أَنَّ مَنْ فَعَلَ شَيْئًا هَانَ عَلَيْهِ. Whoever does something one time, it becomes easy for them to do it again. I want you to pay attention. That's a principle in life. مَنْ فَعَلَ شَيْئًا هَانَ عَلَيْهِ. Just one time. And the reason I'm talking about this is that when you look at the research and the studies, summertime is time for crime. Time for people to do all kinds of things they shouldn't be doing, especially for our youth. And we are not immune as a Muslim community, we're not immune. Even though we know that we have to make them busy, but we must have a plan. First problem, the lack of supervision. When summer comes, no more school. Who's watching over the youth? It was before the teachers, the mentors, the guidance counselor, whatever. Parents are busy, some working, some at home. Mother is busy with other kids. Father is working. Sometimes both parents are working. What's going on with the youth? What are they up to? قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. All of you are shepherds and all of you are responsible for your flock. متفق عليه. Hadith Umar. Here we know a parent is a shepherd, the flock is the children. But if you ever see a flock with no shepherd, lack of supervision, don't be surprised something goes wrong. فقال عليه الصلاة والسلام إنما يأكل الذئب القاسية. The wolf only eats the stray sheep. The wolf only eats the stray sheep. Means when nobody's watching. And that's why we remind the parents that don't leave your children with lack of supervision. We're going to get to the solution for that. The second thing we find is that when the heat goes up, people feel like doing something which is not good. Criminality goes up when the weather goes up. And the connection is clear. You're outside, it's hot, you're angry already because the weather is kind of get you anxious. Science has found that when the weather goes up, the crimes go up. And it's not far-fetched Islamically. It's not far-fetched. That when you're feeling too hot, too cold, you feel like harming other people. Khawla radiyallahu ta'ala anha, she narrates, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam told us human nature. He says, Ibn Adam, in asabahu harrun qala hiss, wa in asabahu bardun qala hiss. Sahahu alamat al-Albani. Albani authenticated the hadith. Human beings, if they're touched with heat, they say ouch, yani complaining. And when they're touched with excessive cold or any cold, they also say the same thing. Some of the ulama, they explain the reason behind this hadith is that when it gets a lot of heat, ta'allama wa tashawwasha. A person feels pain and anxiousness and worry, and that's why when you're outside and it's really hot, you don't feel like talking to people the same way. Maybe you're misbehaving. Brothers and sisters, we have to connect these dots. It doesn't make sense that the wintertime everyone behaves, the summertime they don't. Both cases there's a possibility, but when it's really hot and you're always outside, like our youth are nowadays, then don't be surprised tomorrow something goes wrong. Thirdly, the people who want wrong for our children, gangs and scammers and others, they recruit during the summer periods. And don't be surprised, brothers and sisters, especially for our parents, online and offline. That's where they look now. Today they go online even. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because many of the parents don't realize it. There's troublemakers on the corners. They're on the social media now looking for our youth. Summertime's prime time. Nothing to do, I have a job for you. And what dalil dhalik, the story of the boy and the king, many of us, we know, we teach our kids this hadith. But remember the beginning of the hadith. كَانَ مَلِكٌ فِي مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ. Before there used to be a king from those who were before us. وَكَانَ لَهُ سَاحِرٌ. He used to have a magician. فَلَمَّا كَبِرَ. When he got old, قَالَ لِلْمَلِكِ. He said to the king, إِنِّي قَدْ كَبِرْتُ فَابْعَثْ إِلَيَّ غُلَامًا أُعَلِّمُهُ السِّحْرِ. إلى آخر hadith رواه Muslim. The magician told the king, look, I'm getting old. Go find me a youth so I can teach him the trade. Teach him magic. Sheikh Salim Hilali, one of our contemporary scholars, he comments on this hadith. He says, أهل الفساد يبحثون عمن يرث فسادهم. People of corruption, they look for those who can continue the legacy. Why the youth? Free of time. Small gifts, doesn't take much. Wallahi, brothers and sisters. It is a conspiracy. No, it's a reality. That our youth are being hunted and targeted by grown people that you and I don't know because we don't ask those questions. This is hadith's proof. The hadith continued, the young boy, he was young. The magician's old. Of course, the story ends good, but look at the beginning. Summertime, if we don't get our kids busy, somebody will get them busy. This is a very important reality. Everywhere and across the world, it's already happening. Fourthly, a lot of our youth, they don't go outside and socialize like they used to in school time. So a lot of time in summer, they find now kids are getting depression and anxiety. And it's amazing because you're supposed to play outside and talk to your friends. No. At home, screen time, day and night, Netflix and Instagram, day and night. Today we know, if you do this all the time, you get mental health issues, depression and anxiety is increasing. And it's not surprising for the Muslim because if you're home alone all the time, no supervision. Hadith Umar في الترمذي الصحيح قال عليه الصلاة والسلام الشيطان مع الواحد وهو من اثنين أبعد. Shaitan is with one person and when there's two, he's further away. So if our youth today, especially our daughters, are at home all day and night, you're thinking they're safe. They're not safe. Because at the same time, they're not talking to nobody. They're not dealing with the good people. They're not right with the righteous. They're just watching Allah knows what all day and night. That's another problem. And the fifth one, when it comes to our education, many of our youth especially, the studies found lower income youth, when they miss school, they get the lowest, the biggest hit when it comes to learning loss, or the summer slide, they call it. Kids forget all the reading and writing. They come back September, they don't know nothing. And they found that their kids who are richer, it's easier for them to get back to their studies, most likely because they don't stop studying. And those who are lower income, they don't study during the summer. Brothers and sisters, we have to take that reality too. If you want your kids to be successful, make sure they're doing something in the summer beyond playing games and sports. What is the solution to these problems? The first thing we have to know that the youth, they have a great opportunity in front of them. Parents and youth have to know the golden period is now. If we use the time rightly, Allah knows the kind of benefit that can come. So the first solution is that being young has a lot of value. Allah will ask everybody about their youth يوم القيامة. عن ابن مسعود رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تزول قدم ابن آدم يوم القيامة حتى يسأل عن خمس عن عمره فيما أفناه وعن شبابه فيما أبلاه إلى آخر الحديث. يوم القيامة nobody is going to move their 2 feet until 2 questions are asked. 5 questions, and these are 2 of the 5. 5 questions. Number 1, how did you spend your whole life? Number 2, how do you spend your youth specifically? And the scholars say the youth is specified here because it's عام الخاص. Your whole life, generally, specifically the youth. Because this is the time you have energy and time. صحة والفراغ, right? Free time, energy. What do you do? Many of our youth, we got to give them things to do, brothers and sisters. We can't leave them just like that. The youth, they have to have more ambition than wasting their time. But we have to know it's valuable. The difficulty, though, is when you're young, you're restless. You have a lot of things to worry about, but you don't worry about it because when you're young, you're not right in the right mind. Some of the Salaf, they said, Al-Shabab, youthfulness, shu'bat min junoon. It's a branch of craziness. Because when you're young, you don't have the right mind. You need help. But that leads to the second point, second solution, parents and the youth. Accountability and supervision. Parents have to make sure somebody's watching over the youth. As long as they're still young. If you told me they're young adults, that's different. But we're talking about the young ones who are still in school. If you're not watching over them, who's watching? And for the youth, you're supposed to watch over yourself. For the parents, Allah will ask all the parents, Yawm al-Qiyamah, what do you do with your youth? Anas reports, radiyallahu ta'ala anhum. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Inna Allah, verily Allah, sa'ilun kullu ra'in, amman istar'ahu. Allah will ask every shepherd, means every parent. And every shepherd is not only parents, anyone who's a shepherd, anyone in power position, about their flock. أَحَفِظَ أَمْ ضَيَّعَ. That's the question. Did you do your job? Did you preserve it or did you waste it? حَتَّى يَسْأَلُ الرَّجُلُ عَنْ أَهْلِ بَيْتِهِ. Till a man is asked about his household. Hadith Sahih. Here we can see the parents step to the plate. Instead of thinking that the kids are quiet at home or they can go with their friends, give them something to think about, some structure, somebody to watch over them. If you're busy, find a neighbor, find a mentor, find a cousin, older brothers, sisters, somebody's got to watch over them. As for the youth, a lot of them think that they're not responsible in front of Allah Yawm al-Qiyamah. At least not now. They think I'm young. No, you're not. In the Sharia, if you reach puberty, you're responsible. فَسَوْفَ تُسْأَلُونَ. You'll be asked. A lot of our youth, they think, I don't have anyone to watch over. Go back to the hadith. كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ. Everyone's a shepherd. Scholars, they say, if you don't have a family or dependents, then you're the shepherd of your body parts. Your hearing, your sight, and your limbs. Behave yourself according to Sharia. That's your flock. So there's no contradiction between being a shepherd on one hand, Ibn Hajar says, and the other hand being watched over. This is important for the youth, that they know that you're both a shepherd and also being watched over at the same time. But when you tell yourself you're a shepherd, then you got to watch over your actions. إِنَّ السَّمْعَ وَالْبَصَرَ وَالْفُؤَادِ كُلُّ أُولَٰئِكَ كَانَ عَنْهُ مَسْئُولًا. Your hearing, your sight, and the heart all will be asked about it. قُولُوا قَوْلِي هَذَا وَاسْتَغْفِرُوا لِي وَلَكُمْ. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. And this goes back to then the responsibility on us to teach our kids these points. That in this country alone, if you tell yourself a youth, may be charged as an adult if you do a crime. So why is it then we don't teach our youth that when you get to a certain age, you're responsible in front of Allah before the law. Allah's Sharia, you're responsible. Your salawat, your Quran, your akhlaq, your parents. Forget about the law, the Sharia first. But what's happening today, the youth are saying, I'm young. But when something goes wrong, you're an adult. This is a problem. We also move to another solution. The parents have to give purpose to our children. Summer, there's nothing to do. There's no purpose, no objective. No work, no volunteering, no nothing. And when you go to school, everything's already planned for you. Why is it that there's a big gap? We have programs here in our masjid, Hifd al-Quran, durus, classes. Keep the kids busy in something. The parents can't leave them without purpose. The studies found that the kids, when they have no purpose, they're looking for the purpose. Somebody will come with them an offer they can't refuse. And I want to remind the parents that if you give your children purpose, religiously and worldly, they don't feel tempted to join the haram. Ibn Qayyim, he writes, rahimahullah, very powerful words. He says, فَمَنْ أَهْمَلَ تَعْلِيمَ وَلَدِهِ, whoever is negligent in teaching their children, مَا يَنْفَعُهُ, that which benefits them, وَتَرَكَهُ سُدًا, he leaves them with no purpose, aimless, فَقَدْ أَسَاءَ إِلَيْهِ غَايَةَ الْإِسَاءَةِ, then this parent has abused their child with the greatest of abuse. Wallahi, it's true. A child walking the streets at day, night or day, nothing to go, nowhere to go, no one to visit, nothing to buy, nothing to do. Why do you think then some of our youth are in trouble? They have nothing. No one told you, you have to go and do this. I expect this from you. And we know Allah didn't create us without purpose. أَيَحْسَبُ الْإِنسَانَ أَن يُتْرَكَ سُدًى. Was mankind even left without purpose? We have tawheed, we have ibadah. But brothers and sisters, pay attention. These people I said earlier who are looking for our youth, they're looking for the ones who are wandering the earth, no purpose. But if you and I have purpose, going to the masjid, going here, going there, doing good things, then khalas, there's no need for that. At least another solution. We have to get our kids involved in that which benefits them. A lot of the youth, they play, no problem. They have free time, but they don't do anything beneficial. احرص على ما ينفعك. That's the golden advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Be eager in that which benefits you. وَاسْتَعِنْ بِاللَّهِ, seek Allah's aid, وَلَا تَعْجَزْ, and don't be lazy. Here, this hadith, it teaches us the golden plan. Whatever you do, make sure it's halal and it's beneficial. Playing sports, halal and beneficial. Reading, studying, going to work, volunteering, eating, sleeping, all that is beneficial. It's not wrong. But when you're just hanging about, online, waiting for someone to ring your phone or send you the message to give you the plan, what's happening with our youth? And this is also for those online. All day and night just watching, binge watching, all kinds of nonsense. Give yourself something beneficial. Build your self-esteem. And this is also connected to what I said earlier. Low self-esteem comes when you waste your time. You think you're nothing. And this is why we need to move to the next solution, which is time management. If parents, they don't have the ability to watch over their kids, give them a structure. What time do they wake up? What time should they sleep? Of course, after Isha, and wake up before Fajr. What do they do at lunchtime? Who are they going to visit? A lot of the youth, they don't have that, especially our youth who are around 15 and above. They have nothing to do. Anytime they do whatever they want. This is not good for them. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us, سَاعَةٌ وَسَاعَ يَا حَنْظَرَةٌ, time for this and time for that. Time to pray and time to play. Time to eat, time to sleep. But if you look today at most of the youth, even self-care is missing. They don't shower. They don't go out for the masjid. Jum'ah wala jama'ah. This is not good. It's not Islamic. But we are also responsible to give them that expectation. And also it helps them to get more fun out of their time. Ibn Qayyim, he says, when you organize your time, doesn't mean all day in the masjid. Please don't misunderstand me. We're not saying you keep the masjid the whole day. Ibn Qayyim says, rahimahullah, imaratul waqt. Time management. What does it mean? He says you use جميع اشتغال جميع آنائه, you use all your day and time فيما يقرب إلى الله أو يعين على ذلك, and that which draws you nearer to Allah or helps you in it, from food, drink, sleep, والراحة, he says, and having comfort. So if the children are playing, that's good, but then there's a cutoff, then time for something else. Brothers and sisters, today is a good time to start because the summer is just starting, and we want to also finish by reminding the parents and the youth, dua for yourself, parents to make dua for their kids, but also watch over their friends. This goes without saying. If our youth today hang around people, we don't know their names, we don't know their deen, we don't know their manhaj. الرجل على دين خليله. A man is upon the religion of their close friend. A lot of parents, sometimes they don't remember. Being a Muslim is not good enough anymore. You could be a Muslim, good, but what kind of Muslim? Does he pray salah, this guy, reads the Quran, or is he one of those other guys who does 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Be careful, brothers and sisters. Some of the people who get our kids in trouble, they are Muslim, but they're not the good Muslim. كونوا مع الصادقين. Be with the righteous Muslim. متقي, pious. Hadith Tirmidhi, لا تصاحب إلا تقي. Don't befriend except a pious person or a mu'min, a believer. But what's happening today? Well, our level became very low. Well, he's a Muslim, he lives in our neighborhood. MashaAllah, but what kind is he? Do you see him in the masjid? And this is a question our parents don't know. Forget about the one online. Because that's a silent friend. Sahib al-Samit. The one who's online. He only sends one messages. He doesn't talk to you. He just gives you all kinds of influence. Brothers and sisters, the parents as well as the youth. I encourage the youth as well. Wake up. Rise to the occasion, be better. And also to know that the efforts that you make today, especially this age, Allah will reward you greatly. Look in Surah Kahf. Allah talks about a story of people who are youth. Fityatun, young people, amanu bi rabbihim, they believed in the Lord. وَزِدْنَاهُمْ هُدًى, Allah increased them in guidance. Being young doesn't mean you're useless, it means you have the best chance. And I want to finish with the words of Hafid ibn Kathir, rahimahullah. In the tafsir of this ayah, he says, هُمُ الشَّبَابِ, they were the youth. هُمْ أَقْبَرُ لِلْحَقِّ وَأَهْدَى لِلسَّبِيلِ مِنَ الشُّيُوخِ. That the youth are closer, quicker to accept the truth, and more likely to be guided to the straight path than the older people. وَلِهَذَا, he says, for those reasons, أَكْثَرُ الْمُسْتَجِيبِينَ لِلَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ شَبَابًا. Most of those who answered Allah's Messenger's call were the youth. And this is what I remind the youth. Don't look down on yourself. أَقْبَلُ الْحَقِّ. And it's true. Come to the classes. We want the youth. They're the ones who can do it. The shuyukh too, but the youth, we know they can. But if we don't bring them to the masjid, brothers and sisters, we don't want to say tomorrow, where are our youth? We know. If they're not in the place of khayr, where are they? May Allah give us tawfiq to safeguard our youth in these times. And also to work together as a community. Ta'awun bil taqwa. We have hifd programs, we have classes, we have these things going on. We need the community to work together. Sign up together, work together. You know someone who's in danger, you put them in there. Don't wait for tomorrow someone said a janazah happened or someone has fallen off the path that we can worry about it. May Allah give us tawfiq. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لكم. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على